Hey everyone. I really like doing these demos because I feel like I get to show our team's hard work. The theme of this week is EDI. But this demo isn't just about EDI, it's also to show you our newly released playgrounds, which we released last week. I feel like we've just been trying to make them easier and easier to use for engineering teams. And so a lot of the playgrounds goal is for teams to just be able to iterate very quickly in building that perfect schema and get a feel of the API and just try it out and see if it works and play with it. The other thing is, if you've built in software in logistics or supply chain or even healthcare in the last 35 years, you've probably run into EDI at one point or another. And so I'm excited to show you this because I feel like this is a new way of integrating not just with EDI, but the massive amounts of unstructured data that we have in the supply chain. I like saying that at BIM, we just sort of add an API where there's none. You know, our mission is to create a new communication protocol that powers the world's industry, especially a protocol where two businesses and two systems don't have to agree on a common format to be able to do business and transact with one another. For that, they can use a system like BIM that seamlessly transforms and translates for them. So no more manual data entry, no more humans acting as data translator, and then offering you this as a very easy to use primitive that you can build software on top of. Let's try it out. So here at the playground, we have a little section called Help Me. And I can actually use this to generate a schema very quickly. I can say, hey, make me a schema for EDI 856 shipping notices. Include all the typical fields in a EDI 6 message. Make all fields required. That should be pretty good. And this isn't meant to generate a final schema for your application. Most of you building software already have a schema in mind. That's the whole point of BIM, is to translate everything into your internal schema. It's just a really good way to build a boilerplate so that you can start working on it. So here we have the ID of shipping notice, shipment date, shipment time, shipment ID, which is really interesting. We have two IDs. Carrier tracking number, ship from, ship to, and a list of items. Pretty good. I can work with this. I'm actually gonna probably, I think this should be fine. One is the ID of the notice, the other one is the ID of the shipment. That's okay. And again, this isn't meant to be a final schema. It's just to get up and running pretty quickly. So I have here an example of an EDI 856 message, and we're just gonna transform that. You can add up to 5 files at a time so that you can transform a lot of data very quickly in the playground and get a sense of the product. So perfect. We got the 3 kind of gizmos that I added to that sample EDI message. We got ship to, it's New York, ship from Texas, and then we got the IDs, the notice, the carrier. Perfect. Now, the cool thing about BIM is that it's completely multimodal. So now that you can accept, with this pipeline, EDI shipping notices, we can also take in not just perfect EDI messages, we can take verbose natural language from emails, text messages, WhatsApp, PDFs, Excel spreadsheets, and truly create this multimodal communication protocol. So let's say that instead of getting this like perfect, although gibberish, but perfect EDI message, you get an email from someone saying, hey, I'm about to ship you all these gizmos. You can use BIM, but you can use the same pipeline that I just created, because what matters is what we distill from it with the schema, not the input. And that's the beauty of BIM, is that we don't care about the input as long as it's remotely readable. So let's transform that and take it for a spin. So you can see here that similarly, we were able to extract the same amount of information, the widget, the models A, B, and C with their unit of measurement. The ship to is New York. The ship from is in Dallas. And really, this is the reason why we build this playground, is so that you can iterate very quickly, understand what the schema was used, and flip, and kind of use it as a way to iterate very quickly. So yeah, that's really it. I mean, honestly, if you're building with EDI or EDI-like data, this is kind of a perfect way to easily and seamlessly transform any kind of inbound message. We're excited to work with you. Let us know how we can help.